reality of womanhood and celebrate it. Arun sir, is the slide visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So, dear friends, the role of women is changing as time passes, as we speak. And now, because of the recent advances, so on and so forth, the world is changing very fast. The role which was there earlier has completely metamorphosized, and women today can do it all. When a woman is flowing through the day, when she wakes up, from the time she wakes up in the morning till the time she sleeps at night, there are many things which come her way and which do to some extent make her happy. Some of them bother her, but yes, there are many conflicting demands, whether it can be the family, the work demands, the household demands, and finally the health of women, which is really important. So we as women, I think today's women of 2022 need to balance out, need to set our priorities right, and only then all these four parameters are going to automatically be set at their own pace. Well, let me take you to a nice trip today, a trip called the guilt trip. Uh, what happens is, this is an experience which I have shared with many women, and जब कहते हैं ना कि नारी सब पे भारी, एक नारी सब पे भारी, तो वो भारी होने के चक्कर में क्या हो जाता है कि काफी बार हम दुनिया भर का जो भार होता है, जो दुनिया भर का जो लोड होता है, जो हमारे घर का, वर्क का, बच्चों का, हस्बैंड का, फ्रेंड्स का, हमारी हेल्थ की चीजें, we take a lot of burden on our shoulders, and that is when the work life imbalance starts. So let me take you to this vicious cycle, and we are going to see how it is really easy to break it. So work life imbalance, once it happens, the first thing which happens to a woman is worry, because you know वो कहते हैं ना कि women के DNA में worry ये शब्द ऐसा properly imprint किया गया है. So the first person to worry is a mother, is a wife, is a daughter कि अरे अब क्या होगा, you know. So once we start getting worried, the next thing which happens is enhanced stress. Okay, the stress levels start increasing, and वो कहते हैं ना कि मल्टीटास्किंग करना लेडीज जानती हैं. So एक बार स्ट्रेस बढ़ने लग गया, एक बार टेंशन बढ़ने लग गया, हम लोग क्या करते हैं, we try to compensate the stress, right? How do we compensate it? For example, if we think that we are not giving, आज मैंने अपने बच्चों को ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं दिया है, so probably what we'll do, we'll buy a chocolate and give it to the son or our daughter to compensate. Or a to-do list. Many of us do that, but in that, do mark your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 priorities. That this is my first priority, this is second, this is third. Only then we will be able to complete the important work first. The second thing, engage in self-care and me time. Yes, we do have a right to pamper ourselves. We do have a right to have the me time. Let it be for meditation. Somebody might like some hobby, whatever you like. But the minute you do some me time, you do you follow a hobby which you love, you will secrete the happy hormones, the serotonin, and then you will be much happier when you're doing your work as well. The most important thing I believe in today's day and age is communication. With the advent of technology, what is happening is the face-to-face communication, the confrontations are becoming lesser and lesser. हमें लगता है कि हम text कर दे किसी को या कोई message कर दे, we are happy communicating that way. But my dear friends, we have to sit. If we need help, if we need proper guidance, if we need proper ecosystem which is to be built by our family members, we got to sit with our spouse, with our family. We have to express ourselves, we have to work our way out, and we have to communicate. We have to tell that this is what is my expectations and this is what is your expectations. Let's come somewhere in between and let's make a work-life balance better. Next, do not compare. ये हम बोलना बहुत easy है, but it is a little tricky not to compare yourselves with the lives of others. Let it be the Facebook post somebody is putting, or we say the grass is always greener on the other side. तो काफी बार लगता है कि अरे this woman, she's managing it so well. Why can't I? Stop trying too hard, make work more enthusiastic, and stay away from negativity. I think all these are quite self-explanatory. Well, breaking stereotypes. In today's day and age, this is something everyone is talking about. When we talk about stereotypes, we talk about the typical male-female roles. कि males ने ये करना चाहिए, females ने ये करना चाहिए. But what about the subconscious conditioning? When we are growing up as children, or even when our children are growing up, we have to make sure that they're growing up in an environment where males and males do the similar kind of work, because we remember हमारे days where we've always grown up seeing our moms probably doing more of housework and our fathers working out. But since the time has changed, it is our responsibility, my friends, to give that subconscious conditioning into our boys and girls so that they break the stereotype and become better people and human beings. Family ecosystem. When we talk about the family ecosystem, it is the environment. Many a times we see that specific jobs, even today, the female is working and she's doing all the household jobs, whereas it is not so for the male, right? So we have to divide the work. We have to create an ecosystem where all the members of our family, their jobs are divided, they work in harmony, their priorities are divided, and in this way we are training our sons as well as daughter to stay in the harmony with the nature as well as the families which they will go in the future. These are some recommendations for the workplace for women. For the workplace, it is recommended that the women can have, especially if they have small kids, they can have flexible timings, facilities for childcare, encouraging employees to use support, leave plans, paid and unpaid, me time for women, and health support from women can be given by their employers. Here I come to a very interesting part. This is breaking the glass ceiling. अब ये क्या है? This is nothing but what we do, almost each of us do sometime in our life. Yes, it is to dream big. My dear friends, each woman has a right to dream big. It is said that dreaming small is a crime, but sometimes being women we think कि अगर हम बहुत ज़्यादा success की तरफ बढ़ते हैं, what will happen to a family, right? But there are many examples, like you can see actresses like Kareena Kapoor or whoever. आजकल Shark Tank बड़ा चल रहा है. Shark Tank में अगर हम देखते हैं 50% of the entrepreneurs there are females who are doing it all, right? So the minute we set our priorities correct, it is a time to dream big. It is a time because we have just one life. Yes, we have to stretch. What? Not our body, but our imagination. So stretch your imagination. Think what you want in life, but do not stress about it. So it is all about what you want. Well, I'm not asking you to be self-centric, but there is a soul inside you which is very authentic, right? And the closer you are to your authenticity, the closer you are to the real you, the happier you will be, and the happier your family and workplace is going to be. So, what do you want? Not what your friends or your family or anybody else wants, but what do you want? It is rightly said that if I want to be free, I got to be me. Not the me who you think I should be, not the me who my friends or family think I should be. If I want to be free, I got to be me. I got to be authentic. So be you, discuss your priorities, understand the priorities of others, and only then will we have a perfect work-life balance. Here we talk about clearly defined goals. Well, I think there's some issue with the matter there, but what it says is that with the lack of clearly defined goals, we become slaves to the daily trivia, and the three-step process is ask, believe, and receive, right? So now we imagine that we've set some goals in our life, right? Now, how do we achieve that? फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमने अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ में कुछ गोल सेट किया है, प्रोफेशनल लाइफ के लिए कुछ गोल सेट किया है. द बेस्ट वे इज फॉर अस टू टेल दैट टू द यूनिवर्स. एंड हाउ डू वी टेल दैट? बाय टू थिंग्स. One, you write it on a piece of paper and you read it again and again and again. And the second thing is called auto suggestion. So for example, if you want a certain amount, for example, if you want a certain amount of salary, right? So you write it down and you say that again and again and again. The more you say it to yourself, the more it gets absorbed in your subconscious mind. This is the first step, that is ask, right? After ask comes the second step, which is believe. So once you've asked for it, you have to believe that you're going to get it, because nothing, my friends, is going to happen without belief, right? So how do we believe? Ab tak to ye hua nahi hai, my goal, I'm yet to reach that, but how do I believe that I'm going to get it? You believe that you've already got it. Here is where your imagination, and we as women are very creative and imaginative. So every day I urge you to sit with yourself for at least 10 to 15 minutes and visualize your personal and professional goals, and believe that it has already come to you, it is already in your possession, and attach your emotions to it. See how you feel. Now that I have my goal with me, what are the emotions which I'm going through, right? And the third thing is receive. Be in a receptive stage, that I have let it out, I believe that I'm going to get it, and then I receive it with emotion of positivity, with an emotion of happiness. So this is the ask, believe, and receive formula. Then coming to an interesting part where I do believe that most women, all of us, most of us rather, are extras in our own movie. एक बढ़िया सी picture चल रही है, but where are you? Are you the main actor? Yes, you are the main actor. You're not an extra in your own movie. You're the main actor, and make sure that you and your family are the main components of the movie, and the whole work and life balance is the process which revolves around it. Uh, One more thing which is suggested by many authors is having a goal card. Write your clearly defined goal on a card, carry it with you in your wallet or your purse, see it every chance you get, read it aloud. The more you say it to yourself, the closer you will get to your goals. But for all this, remember, you have to have a clearly defined goal for your life as well as for your workplace, right? So it has to be a clearly defined statement. Then comes to my favorite part, which is gratitude. Gratitude, it is said, is the best attitude. Gratitude is saying thank you for things. Now it's a very small thing. हम सोचते कि अब क्या बैठ के, I know I'm thankful for my life. Isn't that enough? But the minute it is suggested to be done first thing in the morning, the minute you wake up, if you don't want to write it, that's fine. Just count 10 things you're grateful for. What happens? The minute you say, I'm grateful for my amazing family, my amazing home, etc., etc., my relationship, my workplace, this and that, it immediately puts your brain on a positive frequency, which continues with you throughout the day. So gratitude is a magical word, dear friends. And the minute you use gratitude in your life, you attract your goal much closer and much faster. Starting if you're in tune, because क्या होता है कि the minute you read something, it impresses very strongly on your subconscious mind. So many people recommend writing. I am so happy and grateful now that that's how you started. I have a beautiful family. I have a beautiful work-life balance. Even if it is not there in your life, write as though it is there, and slowly things start happening, because once you've written it, it impresses very, very strongly on your subconscious mind. Be quiet for 5 minutes and ask for guidance. Yes, we know that whatever answers we are seeking for in our lives, right? Many a times we are just, slogging for answers, that there is this problem and I'm not getting an answer to it. What do I do? All the answers are within us. We have to calm down. We have to sit with us. You call it meditation. You call it, spending time with yourself. Just sit with yourself silently, observe your thoughts. Immediately you'll get a lot of answers. A lot of people get their answers in their dreams also. So it is recommended. The latest thing is that you can keep a writing pad or a pen next to your bed also. Many a times, you're in your sleep, your sleep just breaks and you get your answers. So wait for the hunches. The answers are right there, but we are so busy in our everyday routine that the answers take a lot of time for us to come. So this is what we can do. This is a very highly recommended thing. Send love to 3 people who are bothering you. अब हम सोचेंगे कि already these people are, I'm annoyed with them, I'm irritated with them. Why do I send love to them? You have to send love to them because they are the people who are not bothering you. You are bothering yourself with their thoughts. And the more you try to shoo away those thoughts, the cycle keeps repeating. आप दिन भर में अपना काम कर रहे हो, फिर से वो आपको थॉट आता है कि अरे उसने मेरे साथ ऐसे किया, फिर थोड़ी देर में चला जाता है, फिर आता है कि अरे this person has been so rude to me. But the minute you start giving love to the 3 people who are bothering you, you forgive them, you forgive the problems, you forgive yourself, and you go on with life. It directly brings you in a very positive, in a very productive, in a very creative frame of mind, which is very good for your work and your life balance. So I'm just waiting for the slides to appear. Arun sir, are you able to see it?
Yes, ma'am. We are able to see.
Okay. One second. I'll just wait for a second. I'm unable to see the slides. All right. So next is getting an accountability partner. Now, this is recommended by many people, wherein you have one good friend with whom you share your goals of your life, right? So, accountability partner matlab ye hai that we are sharing our goals with our friend, right? He or she is sharing his goals with us, and then we are accountable for each other. That means we are going to speak to each other on a very regular basis, and we are going to share with each other that I have, this is where I have reached with my goal, where have you reached with yours? The minute you have an accountability partner, you think ki, Are, yaar, I have told my goal to this person, now it is my responsibility to make sure that I reach there, right? So an accountability partner does wonders, because then both of you are holding each other's hands and taking each other to your closer to each other's goals. Next is visioneering. Now, visioneering is something which most of these successful women entrepreneurs do nowadays. It is closing your eyes and visualizing what you want in life, right? So basically, you're supposed to just sit and paint a picture of the ideal work and the ideal life you're looking at. For that, your clarity has to be at the peak, right? So visioneering can be done for around 5 to 10 minutes, where you just close your eyes and you visualize the ideal picture of what you want out of your life, where you want to reach, that this is my ideal day of my work, this is the ideal day of my life, this is how my family is behaving, this is what they're talking, that this is how we are smiling. You paint a complete movie, a complete picture of it every single day, and that is how you go close to achieving it. Hold the image of the person you want to be and the life you want to live. So this is the last part of my presentation, which is visioneering. This is a very powerful exercise, and most of the CEOs and the women who are handling their life beautifully, the biggest takeaway which I got from all my research is visioneering. They just sit and make the picture, and every day you visualize the same picture. You connect your emotions, you see what everyone is doing, talking, everyone is feeling, and slowly that picture turns into reality. But for that, my dear friends, your goal have to be very clear. You have to be in a positive attitude, and you do not need to compare yourselves with anyone's life. So thank you so much, my dear friends, for a patient hearing. It's your life. I urge you to write your own story. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for such a wonderful presentation and also inspiring all the women and girls. Anybody has any queries can put it on the chat box.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful presentation. I now call upon Dr. Sneha Khekde to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Dr. Sneha Khekde from Department of Endodontics and Preventive Dentistry, would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Deepika Chandhok ma'am for sparing her precious time from her busy schedule and enlightening us with such an informative session. Thank you, ma'am. With immense
Thank you.
pleasure, I would like to thank our Honorable President, Sri Sharadji Karmik sir, and Honorable Secretary Shri Hemanji Karmik sir for giving us this wonderful opportunity to conduct this webinar. I would like to specially thank our respected Dean Dr. P. Mahet sir for his continuous encouragement. A special thanks to IT team and Dr. Nagpal sir for their efforts and guidance, and those who were directly and indirectly involved in this program. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants for their active participation and patient listening. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Please accept our small token of appreciation on behalf of our college.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am. With this, we'll end today's session. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.